not going to be let down. Now, Voltaire Slapadelic was amazing. Next up, we got Double Dragon. I'm not going to keep them waiting any longer. I'm going to pass it off right to them. This is Double Dragon live at the Complex.
Hello.
Do we talk?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? We're
Hey.
Double Dragon.
Yeah. I'm Skeptic,
I'm Danny.
and there's two of us.
And we have scales in places you can't see currently because the people would get us if they knew we had scales.
The Grundle scales.
But you know what? You know what? 2 times, by the way. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I said Grundle scales. Their thing. Fill the pots to the brim, no need for a lid. Back in the day I heard the thunder and needlessly hid. Now I don't hear the boomers drowned out in my sneakers, and the sound my heels make as they shift against my sneakers. Neither one of us had ever planned for this. Met as amorous, parted as anarchists. The holes I couldn't fill, that's not a turn of phrase. So now when it rains I get flooded for days, but I remain in one spot. Stubborn, not stagnant, clinging to my own worth as if it was a magnet. Used to never rain here, now it does constantly. One finger to the sky as if it's what you want from me. The funny thing is I've forgotten how to laugh, but I sure know how to follow up on tracks. When one pot fills, I replace it with the next. Dump the contents out in the form of text. It doesn't matter how many pots are laid out. It's the same roof and it's the same house. The only rain in the middle of a drought, so nobody knows what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter how many pots are laid out. It's the same roof and it's the same house. The only rain in the middle of a drought, so nobody knows what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. I gotta doubt me, oddly, it's the only thing that fuels me, at least to the day that me and my muse meet. But at this rate, that day will probably never come. A pessimist? Nah, I'm just not dumb. I don't trust in the seasons, never had a reason or a cause or effect or combination to believe in. I remember what was said, forgetting what was meant. Sentiment and sediment sometimes make the forms I meant. I might need just a little bit of grounding. Thunder strikes more than twice if you choose to stick around me. My head and my heart are constantly pounding. Instead, I focus on the life that has found me. Surroundings are gonna disappear. You see, the atmosphere's kinda relevant, or so it seems. Sometimes a rainy day is just what you need, but you gotta be careful not to drown the seed. It doesn't matter how many pots are laid out. It's the same roof and it's the same house. The only rain in the middle of a drought, so nobody knows what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter how many pots are laid out. It's the same roof and it's the same house. The only rain in the middle of a drought, so nobody knows what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. 6 feet, try 40 leagues, pretty hard to succeed when I can't even breathe. I wear a shitty grin and make do with what I got, which to be straightforward is not a fucking lot. A spot to sleep, and a collection of pots. The floor's only there to catch the rain as it drops. I wrote this song to its rhythm, so if it ever stops, the only choice I'll have left is to lay down and rot. Not to complain too much, but I think it rains too much. Melancholy nights with a painful touch, so as the rain keeps falling, I continue blowing smoke. Maybe I can laugh because I am the joke. It doesn't matter, simple phrase I use to cope. Avoid is preferable to the pain of hope.
I wish I had a Coke.
It doesn't matter how many pots are laid out. It's the same roof and it's the same house. The only rain in the middle of a drought, so nobody knows what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter how many pots are laid out. It's the same roof and it's the same house. The only rain in the middle of a drought, so nobody knows what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter how many pots are laid out. It's the same roof and it's the same house. The only rain in the middle of a drought, so nobody knows what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter.
And it never, ever did.
Sounds cynical, but try reading subtext.
No.
Gotta make it work, I don't have another option. Pissed in the wind, so I'm saying fuck caution. All limbs over the ride, no way, I'm getting off it. Instead I'm here for good, no hopsin'. Finite possibilities, ripping raw soliloquies. The uncut dope, my sentences be killing fiends that will and bleed. The unwilling sleep, so we'll keep counting drops. You keep counting sheep, never paid my way onto a bill. Never unnecessarily flex the skill. Never wrote murder raps, nor would I ever kill. Though it's highly likely that I'm terminally ill. Patiently waiting for priority placement in the basement. An audience was sated, potential is wasted. Along with enemies, gotta keep warm, hence the effigy.
Girlfriends,
Regular friends,
like your patience.
yo, everything ends when all's said and done. Now will your time have been spent? Will you regret every cent that you lent? Girlfriends,
Regular friends,
occupations, yo, everything ends when all's said and done. Now will your time have been spent? Will you regret every cent that you lent? I used to know this girl, keywords, used to, but she left when we didn't blow up like the Juice Crew. Now she's hella mad when she's on YouTube, hearing all the hype about her ex-boo's groove. Success is a dish best served warm, and I sure would love some heat to help me through the storm. And Android's but defective when he fails to perform, so imagine what they do with our material forms. I'm joking when I said that you don't wanna see what's locked in my head. The only way we'd be better off dead is if roles were reversed, and we were you instead. A blind shepherd led his flock by a cloth to the water, came home with none, really stressed out his daughter. He was under the impression that the flock had fled, but what he failed to see was that the cloth was red.
girlfriends,
Regular friends,
like your patience.
yo, everything ends when all's said and done. Now will your time have been spent? Will you regret every cent that you lent? Girlfriends,
Regular friends,
occupations, yo, everything ends when all's said and done. Now will your time have been spent? Will you regret every cent that you lent? Relationships fail, albums flop. Used to have hella friends, but now I have not. Guess that's how it goes when you refuse to stop. We were aiming for the middle, but we hit the top. The only thing we have to compensate for is the fact that we should probably get paid more. Fuck it though, a meal and a spot to sleep's all we really need. Double D's philosophy is to often plead and do the same to opposition. It's not what we're about, but we don't shy from competition. So we put the blades at the 10 and 2 position, then we carve our names as if we're superstitious. We don't have another way. We invested too much passion, invested too much love to find another course of action. So whether or not we sacrifice the question that you're asking, name it, we lost it, it's already happened.
girlfriends,
Regular friends,
like your patience.
yo, everything ends when all's said and done. Now will your time have been spent? Will you regret every cent that you lent? Girlfriends,
Regular friends,
occupations, yo, everything ends when all's said and done. Now will your time have been spent? Will you regret every cent that you lent?
Let's catch a quick breath, Rears.
Quick inhalation. It's nice to be on a stage again.
It feels way better than
This,
my bedroom.
yeah, oh my God. We've done a couple live streams. We were lucky enough to be part of Fake 4 Fridays twice, and that was a lot of fun, but it still is like weird performing in your bedroom or your living room,
I
in
don't
my
have
case.
lights or
Yeah,
people watching
yeah,
me in my
yeah.
bedroom.
This feels great. It's nice to, earlier I said I had to get my sea legs back, and this ship's a rocking, but I don't feel it.
My legs is shaking. Shall we go?
All right, let's do it. Probably can't see it, but I am wearing some JoJo earrings for this one. Problem, the sun's too bright, solution blotted out. Rotting core ignites the pollution, got forgot about. Fire and brimstone, the night crawler's secret. Songs about nothing, still waters are the deepest. I mean it when I say it, that's the reason that I say it. Dracula backwards, symphonically I slay it. Phonically amazed kids can't be sonically phased. It's honestly based, ironically erase bliss. Replace it with knowledge, only the super makes them smile. I ain't smiled in a while, happiness is not my style. I time away the while away the time. Lay face down on the floor and pretend that I'm fine. Blood says I'm next in line, skin says not to be so foolish. Mouth says do whatever, just make sure that it's coolish. Heart stays silent, or do we just refuse to listen? A silver lining, nah, rain just tends to glisten. Masks made of stone, blades carved from bone. It's with purpose that we roam through this place all alone. Evolution demands what fate condones. Wear the mask to distract, we have no faces of our own. Masks made of stone, blades carved from bone. It's with purpose that we roam through this place all alone. Evolution demands what fate condones. Wear the mask to distract, we have no faces of our own. If you can't blot it out, well then I guess you'd better join it. I don't do this for enjoyment, know that pride is high annoyance. I find that light avoidance is a band-aid, not a suture. I just might destroy it, and by it I mean the future. If you love it, set it free. If you hate it, make it dust. We know what to do with lust, but not so much with trust. A mask is a facade, is a feint, is a ruse. What we lack is a choice when it comes to win or lose. We're all here to play a role, but that role's not predetermined. Thus, if I'm ever burned, it's my own hand I'm burned with. Concerned with this world and the axis it turns on. It's my job job to see that the wick doesn't burn wrong. The sun's rays only make my blood blaze. I wish I'd never been born some days. Some days I wish you'd never been born either. Then other days I realize that people are good theater. Masks made of stone, blades carved from bone. It's with purpose that we roam through this place all alone. Evolution demands what fate condones. Wear the mask to distract. We have no faces of our own. Masks made of stone, blades carved from bone. It's with purpose that we roam through this place all alone. Evolution demands what fate condones. Wear the mask to distract. We have no faces of our own. Hid our complexions with rock, perfected the plot, neglected their gods and infested the lot. I might thirst for blood, but that don't mean I gotta have it. I'm a god and you're a maggot. You're a drake and I'm a dragon. We fight fine in the nighttime, but you might find a bright shine leaves us grasping for a lifeline. The stature of statues, existence is art. Resist this small fact and we'll rip you apart. Necessity, the mother of invention, incessantly converting men into henchmen obsessively. And then we shift our attention progressively towards the escape of this dimension. Actions pave roads, intentions form foundations. Smirks are just smiles with an underlying statement. Y'all can stay complacent, I'll be nowhere adjacent, experimenting in the shadows of the basement. If you have a basement, you're privileged. Just know that. We've asked people across 10, 12 states who has a basement.
Hundreds of shows.
Nobody.
That's like 2 people maybe.
If you have it, cherish it. Know what you have.
Chat, let us know. If you have a basement, please tell us.
For real. And where are you?
You don't have a basement.
You had one.
Not anymore. You lost it.
You lost your privilege.
The door isn't there anymore. Let us know if you have a basement.
And put some turntables down there, goddammit.
Wiki, wiki, wiki.
We were just in a 5-round songwriting competition called the Vocalist Producer Challenge, and this song was round 3 of that challenge. So this is some fresh new shit.
Yes, it was. Helpless in the ocean, dragons forced to rest. Even our dearest friends now row towards death. Oh no! Let me get that one more time. Now row towards death. Nope, I got that all wrong. Why are all my pads muted? Chad, did you touch this?
I didn't do shit.
All right, we're doing it again.
Okay. It happens. It happens.
In the ocean, dragons forced to rest. Even our dearest friends now row towards death. We sailed the sea and lost our home. We too alone, I fear no one may come close.
Wrecked, stranded, hopelessly abandoned. 2 dragons stuck without nary a sandwich. Call it an idle isle. No smiles for miles. Underbelly overgrown. Safe to say wild. Ceaseless sounds from the goals all around. Can't hear my own thoughts about to break down. Eyes locked, fists touch. Endurance now found. Promise made not to rest on this ground. Tried to build a raft didn't go far. Luckily close enough we could outswim sharks. Arranging zones to wind ties the sky into providing hope. Though we know hope lies. Double SOS. Someone save our scales. Reptiles not amphibians. Evolution failed. Build a hutch in the sand. Until the land started fire by hand. While there's guts in our plans, then fire went out. Hutch fell and sea, turns out morning tide touches everything. Lack of escape suddenly so clear. We remain determined not to give in to fear. Then one night, amid the sounds of our screams, draped bodily in the slime of the weeds, subsisting on moss which clung to our teeth. Screams turned into songs sung on repeat. Sprawling waves carry dulcet tones till they find some loaves to call a home. After months on the island, now a ship appears. Too far from home, entrenched and sincere. They land on the beach. We take them by surprise, jam our thumbs in their eyes that seal their supplies. Take their vessel in their lives and suddenly realize we probably could have asked for a ride.
Helpless in the ocean, dragons forced to rest. Even our dearest friends now row towards death.
Dan made that whole beat out of nature sounds and his voice.
Yeah, I started with the wolves in the beginning. That's how I figured out the key of the song. And then I turned that into a synthesizer by like finding the pitch and then just creating chords out of that. There are chickens that I didn't play and also dolphin sounds. It just doesn't sound right live, but if you hear the recording, it's in there. And it's also my first time, I know it's probably crazy, first time ever using the amen break in a song. It took me a decade of producing before I was like, okay, fine, if you're going to force me to use it, I'll use it. But I'm pretty happy with that, actually.
It's pretty good, pretty good. I could do better, but I don't want to show the boy up. Is it more central next? Yes, it is. Okay. Am I truly myself or a collection of lines? Did I start out as a sketch till I was gradually defined? Time will tell nothing to no one. Only eyes that look for answers could possibly hold some. Every time I die, I'm brought back slightly lessened. And every time I wonder if this shall hold a lesson. We are all just products of understanding the spot on which we're standing without being too demanding. I know where I am, but where will I go? The rules are reverses, vulture, circle below. The flow of the game is said to be controlled by the faces that you make and the cards that you hold. If there is a god, he probably looks like Tex Avery, creating living beings just to make each other angry. There's an audience somewhere out there that's laughing while mortal men spend lifetimes slaving for their passions. First comes the pencils, then comes the pens. Been drawn once, now we go over it again. Next come the letters, then the colors, then we print. The visuals are almost as important as the script. We walk the line to possible, if not we climb the obstacles within the pages of our books. We do the impossible. We do the impossible. Be I a hero, a villain, or something in between? What's the point of all these roles? Can you tell me what they mean? Nothing's what it seems, and that's the way it has to be. Naturally, I look around and all I see is apathy. In actuality, the concept of choice is just a fallacy, since we all adhere to the rules of the galaxy, like gravity and self-destructive vanity of reality. It's a killing for that, I guess that makes us casualties. We casually sleepwalk through life, missing both moments of elation and those of strife. Content to play the roles that the author writes. Past is prologue and future is bright. Let's make it tonight. I might have it in me to be the hero, potentially, but I won't know if I don't try it eventually. Essentially, we wanna be central to the narrative. It's all relative, or at least comparative. First comes the pencils, then comes the pens. Been drawn once, now we go over it again. Next comes the letters, then the colors, then we print. The visuals are almost as important as the script. We walk the lines of possible, if not we climb the obstacles within the pages of our books. We do the impossible. We do the impossible. And destiny is just a fancy word for entropy. Itself is just a way to say we all will die eventually. History has proven that it's mostly still unwritten, and the truths we should pursue are the ones that are forbidden. Search the earth for meaning and you'll only come back screaming. Ask the diamond why it's gleaming and discover that you're dreaming. Man's only purpose is to walk this world's surface, complain until the day he dies that nothing's ever perfect. I wish it were more simple, but simply put it's not. And from the day we're drawn, the ink begins to rot. The color starts to fade as we move towards the grave, and we're promised a reprinting if we all sit and behave. 4 colors, 4 walls, 4 limbs, and 4 dimensions. The path to hell is well and good, now act on those intentions. Walk the lines impossible, if not we climb the obstacles within the pages of our books. We do the impossible. First comes the pencils, then comes the pens. Been drawn once, now we go over it again. Next comes the letters, then the colors, then we print. The visuals are almost as important as the script. We walk the lines impossible, if not we climb the obstacles within the pages of our books. We do the impossible. We do the impossible. I would have put a symbol at the end, I'm just saying. Thank you. Sweet catharsis. That song was about Animal Man. This song is about Wile E. Coyote. I'm multifaceted. Why yes, in case you were wondering, unaware until I looked that there was no ground under me. I feel hard thundering, ripping through breastplate. Gravity does its part as I put on my best face. Been here before, only ever touched the top, so there's a longer way to fall before I'm crushed by rock. It's all a minor setback for the seasoned athlete, preferred customer with the folks at Acme, and they back me 10-1 against the bird. Never see my highlights, or they know how absurd of a choice it is to back the voiceless, even against one that makes nonsensical noises. Poison, why have I never thought of that? They don't make it for birds, so I'll settle for the rats. I mixed a little up and set a little trap, unaware that while I looked away he slipped some in my snack. Dust blooms when I hit the ground, at least it replaced that whistling sound. The only living thing in the desert more birds around. Dust plumes when I hit the ground. At least it replaced that whistling sound. The only living thing in the desert that I've ever found. Goddamn, I wish there were more birds around. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to chase the damn bird. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day. I don't hate him, in fact quite the opposite. It's our struggle that lets us know God exists. Obtain scars yet still remain optimists. Tom and Jerry type accomplices. If he made us in his image, is he always at war? Or does he hate himself and want to be ignored? The type of things I think about while I'm on the floor. Maybe they shouldn't draw me no more. Vibrant may be written in a fictional language, but that don't change the fact that we're living in anguish. Given infinite ages to the rules of the medium. Assumed to be content while confined to our tedium. They'll keep writing them if you keep reading them, and we'll keep writing once you pay the premium. So here I go again, straight to the bottom. Still don't know what I'd do if I ever even caught him. Dust plumes when I hit the ground. At least it replaced that whistling sound. The only living thing in the desert that I've ever found. Goddamn, I wish there were more birds around. Dust plumes when I hit the ground. At least it replaced that whistling sound. The only living thing in the desert that I've ever found. Goddamn, I wish there were more birds around. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to chase the damn bird. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day. I'll paint a tunnel on the side of a rock. He goes through it fine, but I'm outlined with chalk. Perfectly okay when I decide to walk. I'll inform you with the signs that I use to talk. I'll paint a tunnel on the side of a rock. He goes through it fine, well I'm outlined with chalk. Perfectly okay when I decide to walk. I'll inform you with the signs that I use to talk. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day for me to spiral downwards. Every day's another day.
Thanks, Wile E. Coyote.
All right, Double Dragon, loving it so far. Thank you so much for the animal sounds. Just throw them all at me. I love them all.
Glad you enjoy the animal sound. I guess there's a lot of animal stuff that goes on here. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, it's weird. You don't realize until someone zooms out and shows you the picture.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, let's see. Where can people find you? I know you're on Two Dragons, Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, TOO Dragons. Because
Beautiful.
we spell everything funny.
Mine as well.
Works. You can also find both of us on Twitch. We have twitch.com/Skeptic Mo.
Skeptic MO. Like
Skeptic
just the letters
MO.
MO.
All right.
Skeptic with a K at the end.
And he is Bones Dog 18
Yeah.
18.
That's me, Bone Daddy, baby.
And our full website is twodragonsmusic.com. So you can find everything there. All of our music videos, our other live performances, eventually even this performance. That's going to be a meta moment, you know.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll get those links down in the chat for you. Love to hear it. I know you got a lot more coming up. You guys got any shows coming up soon? Anything else you'd like to throw out there?
Not shows, but we will be putting out a new EP in the middle of October.
Okay, awesome.
We're going to be playing one of those songs near the end of the set, so
Beautiful.
yeah.
So keep an eye on the Twitch channel. Keep an eye on the Instagram, the website. Look out for that EP coming. I'm going to let you guys get back to it.
Right on.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right.
So let's make it happy. This is our saddest song.
Yeah,
probably.
even this one, all of my sad songs are wrapped in the idea like that you need to go through these things to get through them, and it's hard and everything, but like eventually you'll look back on these things and try to find like even just the fact that you survived them is a positive. So this song is called Case, and it's about my suicide attempt, and let's get into it.
I don't want to be sad like no more. Why did it ever have to come to this?
I'm laughing about it, so don't worry, don't get too serious, all
Well,
right?
it's good. We're positive in a weird way.
I'm still here.
That's the most important part.
Some of you might still be here from dealing with similar things, and, you know, hopefully this resonates with you.
Hopefully.
Never once did I dream I would make it this far. I once tried to kill myself in my car, wrapped in the seatbelt. I leaned the seat back, somehow kept my life. Turns out I need that. Wasn't for another year that I learned how to rap, and that simple act put me back on track. Far from the best, much further from the worst. Gave me something to do with my time on this earth. Then it birthed a whole new side of me. I found a whole lot of worth I didn't know was inside of me. Now who I am is the man that I try to be. That is when I'm not battling anxiety. It's far from a dream to be the way I am. Hard not to nib the rose in the stem. How much more will it take till the aftershocks pass? I won't take my life, instead I'll take my life back. One day I wanna look back fondly like, damn, I'm glad I didn't let me off me plans. Never go exactly how they ought to see. I am but a man and life is but an odyssey. I never let a tear drop unless it's necessary. The chemicals ingrained are a debt that I carry. I can slip at any time and I get that it's scary, but I won't let my parents watch their child be buried. So worst comes to worst, I'ma lay in bed with the covers pulled tight right above my head. But nowadays when I do, don't pretend that I'm dead. Instead I take a little break from the lies I've been fed by my own brain, my own damn chemistry. I am the reason that I'm struggling so desperately. Maybe I should seek help, outsource it medically, but I'm too afraid to change my wiring irreparably. Harshly dependent, guard all my friendships, cause without them my life would be senseless. Known to be a drag, but they still drag me around. They're the humans that support me and I'm glad they've been found. It's far from a dream to be the way I am. Hard not to nib the rose in the stem. How much more will it take till the aftershocks pass? I won't take my life, instead I'll take my life back. One day I wanna look back fondly like, damn, I'm glad I didn't let me off me plans. Never go exactly how they ought to see. I am but a man and life is but an odyssey. I've got a deep-seated drive to be alone. That's why I spend most of my time inside of my home. Don't be upset if I don't pick up the phone. I'll always call back when I'm better though. 30 years old, 30% sure that I'll live 30 more. Keep the outlook pure, 1/4 century, many happy returns. It's a madman that laughs as he burns. Flame to the candle, ash to the urn. Too much pain to handle, man must be hurt. Lest he be condemned to writhe in his hurt. Lest he believe he'd be free in the dirt. The circle is a cycle and the curve begins at birth. If it hurts, it's probably vital, is a lesson to be learned. I may talk a big game, but haven't learned shit yet. But what I do know is I prefer life to death. It's far from a dream to be the way I am. Hard not to nip the rose in the stem. How much more will it take till the aftershocks pass? I won't take my life, instead I'll take my life back. One day I wanna look back fondly like, damn, I'm glad I didn't let me off me plans. Never go exactly how they ought to see. I am but a man and life is but an odyssey. That's the most serious we'll get. And it wasn't even that bad for me.
I was gonna go until you started talking. I'm glad you got that.
You know how twins can communicate telepathically? We communicate through sexual text messages.
McDonald's? Are there lights flashing? Am I tripping right now?
And they were telling us to keep our clothes on.
Oh.
Or take them off.
Well,
it's hard to read.
Maybe we're getting too adult there. Hello, gods above. How are we doing on time? Nice. All right. It's my time to shine here.
All right, Danny's going to get wild and wicked on this one, and I'm just going to stand over here and bob my head. There you go. I'm going to get down so it looks really dramatic. My thighs really don't like this choice already. I don't know how you do it. is the part where I usually say his name like I'm announcing a stripper. I usually just go, give it up for Danny G. But I know a lot of people are yelling at their computer screens right now anyway, so that'll suffice. Woo. I'd give him a high five, but I'm the one that thrives on validation. 1 + 1 + 2 is 4, an abundance of corners, but not a single door. Not a lot left for a man to explore. I laugh when they say I should get outside more, but I don't really laugh. Nah, on the inside, there's not enough room for me to take it in stride. Can a heart succeed where one skin tried? What's the worth of a soul once sin has been applied? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. No windows can mark the time that's passing. Well versed in the art of inaction. You know what they say, didn't see it, didn't happen. Watching paint peels, never been so surreal. Underneath the texture, all that's left is the feel. Look towards the ceiling for a piece of relief, and bemoan the sky can't be beneath.
Shit, I don't even like the sunlight. I got fist fights and bug bites on the net all night. And as this track is my witness, I find that my business in this musical industry makes more sense than physical fitness. I'll be taking control, no longer shifting the wormholes. What? It doesn't matter anyway. Box isn't so bad, symmetrical and safe, but I can't get stabbed in the back of the face. Let's roll. What I wouldn't give for a glimpse of a shadow, a brief chance encounter with a thing so shallow. The touch of a breeze on the walk to the gallows. There's a thin line between hollow and hallow. Once I traced my outline up against the wall, but when I turned to look, there was nothing at all. Is that a statement? Should I take it as a sign? I don't think it those lines. Reality is too defined. I wish I didn't mind. Maybe then I wouldn't think. Maybe then I wouldn't squirm. Maybe then I wouldn't leak. Maybe then I'd find the word that I always thought I'd need. The one that means you understand you have to bleed. But what do I know? All alone in this room singing songs that I leave echoes to consume. Maybe the revelation came a little too soon. There's more than one way to spell doom. Shit, I don't even like the sunlight. I got fist fights and bug bites on the net all night. And as this track is my witness, I find that my business in this musical industry makes more sense than physical fitness. I'll be taking control, no longer shifting the wormholes. What? It doesn't matter anyway. A box isn't so bad, symmetrical and safe, but I can't get stabbed in the back of the face. It's time for you to save the game before we close it out.
All right.
Not that we're closing it out, but you always got to make sure you save, you know?
Our album, Why Wolves, is pretty much entirely about Bloodborne. I was obsessed with that game for like the first 3 years until I'm still obsessed with that game.
And then I became obsessed with it.
And I would come to the studio and bring my PS4, and we would record, and then we would stay up all night, and I would play Bloodborne in the other room while you recorded, or while you
mixed and produced and stuff.
Yeah,
I just didn't want to be alone.
And when he sent me this beat, I was playing the game, and he texted me. He's like, "Are you playing, or can you check something out?" I was like, "No, I'm playing right now. I'll look at it later." He texted me, and it was called "Better Find a Save Point," and I just rolled with it. So this is "Better Find a Save Point."
Yeah, you got to save, guys. It's pretty important. You know?
He clearly wasn't playing yet. He would have said a lantern.
I now know I messed up.
Ugh. Hard to find the line between the senses and synapses, especially in times of relentless relapses. Vacuous, voracious, violent, and vapid gratification at its most rapid. An addict knows better, but does wrong anyway. When you get caught, tell me, will you know what song to play? A longer date than longer waited, I don't think it's coming. Too much time in cyberspace, no one remembers running. Anything but programs, double clicks and dialogues. Tired of someone simple, turn the dialogue. Better find a safe point, relax for a minute. That place only exists when you're in it. There's no there.
There's no there.
There's no there.
There's no there.
In a sea of logic, you'll find that nonsense will ripple. The concept is simple, both complex and fickle. Content is minimal, onset subliminal impulses to think. Objects are really cool. Objects of ridicule only exist on this plane. A blink and hijack it, let it never be the same. To the way thoughts of pain with digital cocaine. For the last fucking time, I don't wanna play your games. They're all sending invites and pictures and skin tights, using figures of humble words that would fit their lips right. Zip bites and send out the folders a file path is no more than a cord to a controller. There's no there.
There's no there.
There's no there.
There's no there.
It's not real. There's no there. There's no ghost in my shell, just a pilot guiding it towards hell. There's no ghost in my shell, just a pilot guiding it towards hell. There's no ghost in my shell, just a pilot guiding it towards hell. There's no ghost in my shell, just a pilot guiding it towards hell.
This is one of the new ones.
So this is Broken by Design. This is off of our EP, Synthesthesia. You're going to hear some more news about that in the coming weeks if you go to twodragonsmusic.com and sign up for our mailing list. See, that's the hook.
That is the hook. We got some cool merch that we're going to drop with it. We got plenty of stickers nobody's seen before. We have some beanies that nobody's seen before. We have some pins. Brand new pins that I think only 2 people have seen, and they're right here. And they're really awesome. And they're enamel pins, super cool.
Fancy. Put them on a corkboard Kirby.
Pork. Oh. Say it for me.
Corkboard Kirby.
Corkboard Kirby.
I didn't realize I just invented a tongue twister.
Where did I get the P from, dude? Pork cord. Anyways, this is broken.
I don't know, but I won't fault you.
This is Broken by Design.
Everything's broken by design. It's forced obsolescence. Come on, man. Steve Jobs, he's still getting you from beyond the grave. Stranger in a strange land, a clock with no face and no hands. Broken by design, all part of the plan. Quick stress test to see what I can stand. If it doesn't breathe, then it can't leave. Cause leaving's for those with needs and an agenda. If it's got needs, it's a bad seed. Dig it on out, a waste of a placenta. Just another piece torn off a bent leaf. Committed to the wind in spite of a leaf cut down in its prime and the height of its peak. Never mind the belly, fear the bite of the beast. Righteous teeth on the finest peach. Might just bleed before I find relief. Ever try to scream from inside of a dream? Not everything's as easy as it seems. This might be a blanket statement, but the plane we're placed in has a vacant great tin. How you gonna waste it if you never tasted nothing sacred in a world stripped naked? It seems we're living to die. Consequence of design. Am I just wasting my time? One more step, see what I'll find. It seems we're dying to live. That's something I can't forgive. I never asked to exist, but somehow I still persist. It seems we're living to die. Consequence of design. Am I just wasting my time? One more step, see what I'll find. It seems we're dying to live. That's something I can't forgive. I never asked to exist, but somehow I'm still wondering. What kind of light will the thunder bring? Should I read underneath, or are some works better left unseen? Obscene in his acts, the machine of his lacks a vice-like grasp on some feasible facts. A reasonable man with unreasonable plans, soiled by tradition of seasonal plants. Sometimes I want to smash the vase, but I know some things can't be replaced. So instead I pace without moving my place and do it all with the same bored look on my face. Some days I want to touch the stars just so they know who the fuck we are. Went a touch too far with these custom bars. Black holes snatched our goals and then crushed them hard. Always on the quest for self-advancement, but I spend too much time telling self, God damn it, look where you could have been with some better planning. Just imagine if you never took damage. Oftentimes in life, the arc we take is beyond our control, but that isn't fate. Responsibilities all in soliloquies, so I remain feeling ill at ease. It seems we're living to die. Consequence of design. Am I just wasting my time? One more step, see what I'll find. It seems we're dying to live. That's something I can't forgive. I never asked to exist. exist, but somehow I still persist. It seems we're living to die, consequence of design. Am I just wasting my time? One more step, see what I'll find. It seems we're dying to live, that's something I can't forgive. I never asked to exist, but somehow I'm still.
This is our final song, and it is related to an anime,
No, man. That's
a book,
God damn.
some shoes.
I was so upset I hit myself in the face. Look, I've read like 3 books in my life, and they're all by William Gibson, okay?
Yes, the creator of Gibson.
Actually, yes. For that's like a cyberpunk like term for the internet is the Gibson.
Wow, I was right and wrong. All right, you ready to?
That's the best kind of right and wrong to be.
Yeah, I agree totally. You ready to slap this?
Slap it, man. He knew what he needed, or at least that's what he told himself. Warnings never read or heeded, caution left home on the shelf. Walked in line and sat on benches, feet hit ground and cracked syringes. What he lacked in good intentions, he made up in false traditions. Never late to suffer, never late to make another suffer. If he didn't hate his mother, he might be a motherfucker. Fingers are for pointing, maybe they're for shooting. Tell me what's the worth of the brainiest pollutant? Oh me, oh my, it's the neon sky. It just burns so bright, he must close his eyes. Sang a lullaby to every piece of him that wants to learn. I say goodbye and let it burn, let it burn. Let it all turn to ash. The records trace to memories and knowledge of the past. Choose a path. Maybe one less taken, or maybe just the one that the others have forsaken. He knew what he needed, he knew what he needed. He knew what he needed, he knew what he needed. He knew what he needed, he knew what he needed. He knew what he needed, he knew.
The whole
Goddamn
time.
She knew what she needed, or at least that's what she'd like to think. Neon letters, flashing lights, by this now in brightest pink. Skin is marked with pocks and bruises, kiss the ground with chalk contusions. Feelings are a myth, write them off as illusions. Never had to deal with the consequence that's real, but I guess that's the whole appeal of how the neon makes you feel. Every word she speaks brings her closer to the wire, and every time she leaks it's just fueling the fire. Oh, she's so high, touch the neon sky, refused to come down and forgot how to cry. Sang a lullaby to every piece of her he wants to earn. She said goodbye and watched him yearn. Let him yearn, let him yearn for the past. The records trace to memories and knowledge of the ash. Choose a path. Maybe one less taken, or maybe just the one that the others have forsaken. She knew what she needed, she knew what she needed. She knew what she needed, she knew what she needed. She knew what she needed, she knew what she needed. She knew what she needed, she knew.
The whole goddamn time.
We knew what we needed. Here we go with self-delusion. Eyes on veins and drugs on screen. The high toward confusion. Tell me what's to burn on a plane that is intangible. I refuse to learn. Bring me closer to the animals. We never had an inkling. We never had a thought. We never had a thing to do except to sit and ride. Time keeps moving. We're convinced we're advancing simply because we chose the decor of the place where we're standing. Oh, we sell lies and the price is high. Deify these times as we write them in the sky. Sing a lullaby to every piece of us we get to spurn. We say goodbye, but not too stern. Let them spurn, let it all turn to trash. The records trace to memories and knowledge of the last. Choose a path. Maybe one less taken, or maybe just the one that the others have forsaken. We knew what we needed, 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 we knew what we knew. Well, shucks.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for hanging out with us on this fine Wednesday evening.
Oh, gee, look at the time. I have to ask.
Is it 2 freckles past a hair?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Jesus.
Totally right about that. Dan, Did we get any responses about people having basements
Yeah.
on the Twitch chat? I crave the knowledge. I lust for it. Please.
Let's see. We got a little roundup on your basement quiz.
Okay.
Number 1, there is a basement in the chat. Number 2,
Oh my God.
you may not be aware of this, but you're standing right above a basement
Oh Christ.
currently.
I have a lot to digest.
That's all I got for you.
I have a lot to
There's a basement
digest.
below you, and you guys have been standing there the whole time.
Who has the basement? Do you know the username?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to have to consult the logs and get back to you on that one.
Okay.
No problemo.
Okay.
Oh, the Alamo has a basement. No,
Yeah.
I think they're fucking with me.
The fucking Alamo.
If they had a basement, they would have hidden it. God.
Yeah, maybe they're still hiding there to this day.
Dang. I feel like you'd remember something like that.
Is it safe to come out? Who are you? What is this?
Yeah, I mean, seal it up, lock them in.
That's one way to deal with an infestation.
Jeez. Basement haterade being drunk over here.
Look, I'm just jealous. I just wish I had like a cool basement with an air hockey thing in it, okay?
Oh, which we rip your fingers, bro.
I have a dragonic horde of like dead livestock and gold and goblins and stuff, but I don't have an air hockey table.
Dead livestock, gold, goblins, air hockey. What else could you ask for?
What else could you ask for? Well, thank you for having us here. This has been a lot of fun. This is a wonderful place. And thank you to everyone who tuned in.